Okay, so this is the Battle of the Air 24-liter backpacks. We have the all-new 2025 Air City Pack Pro 2 over here, as well as the Air Pro Pack. Both of them are 24 liters in size. The Air City Pack Pro is just a little bit more expensive than the Pro Pack. And in terms of material that's being used, the City Pack Pro is using the 1680D ballistic nylon, whereas this one is using the 840D recycled nylon. In terms of weight, now on the specs, it does say that they're relatively the same at like 2.8 pounds or something like that. But I did notice that the Pro Pack was actually noticeably lighter in weight compared to the City Pack Pro. Now, other things, we're going to dive through all of the features of this backpack. And the first things I want to note is the zippers. So the City Pack Pro does have these kind of like Hypalon kind of zipper pulls, which are much better compared to this, like, I forgot, it was like Duraflex or something like that. These are some kind of hard plastic things, and they have hard, a little sharp edge to it. So in terms of comfort wise, these zipper pulls are much better on the all new 2025 City Pack Pro 2. Now, when you are looking at the front right here, it does have this kind of this stash pocket in the front. This one does not have a stash pocket, and also on the City Pack Pro 2, it does have kind of this zippered admin section with two kind of stash pockets and also one zippered pocket, and you can fit additional things in here, like maybe a small camera, hard drive, things like that. You can definitely stash additional things in there. So when you are looking at the Pro Pack though, it does have this kind of one zipper at the top right here, and it does have a stash pocket with a key leash. This one has a key leash on this kind of front bottom pocket right here as well, but this has one stash pocket, one larger stash pocket as well as one stretchy pocket, and it does have a kind of like it goes all the way kind of down to right here of a kind of stash pocket. So overall, this admin section right here on the Pro Pack, it is larger definitely compared to this one right here, but this one does have that kind of additional front pocket, whereas this one does not. Now let's move on, taking a look at the side of it as well. So when we are looking at the side of the bag, they both sport a they both have dual water bottle pockets, which is nice. The one on the Air City Pack Pro 2 is slightly wider than this one right here, and they both offer a side grab handle, which is nice. And now when we are flipping onto the opposite side, same thing. They also have that, the City Pack Pro does have a slightly wider water bottle pocket compared to the Pro Pack, and also they both have a side grab handle. The City Pack Pro 2 does have an additional D-ring in case you wanted to hang additional accessories or anything, but from me personally using it, I've actually never used this, so this might not really mean anything to anyone. Now, when we are looking at the bottom of the bag, you will notice that the they're about similar in terms of the overall kind of dimensions. The City Pack Pro 2 has an overall base of about 5.75, almost 6 inches, whereas the Air Pro Pack it's actually a little bit longer. It's at 6.5 inches. So in terms of the base, the bottom of the bag is definitely wider on the Air Pro Pack. Now, looking at the top of the bag, there are a few differences. Number one is that the top grab handle is towards the rear part of the bag, which I actually like better on the City Pack Pro 2. But when you are looking at the Air Pro Pack, it is in the middle. So the problem about this is that, let's say that you do have a door hook, you can have to kind of like awkwardly hang it like this, and then your backpack's going to be kind of like this on the door hook. So definitely I do like the top grab handle placement on the Air City Pack Pro 2 better. But here's another kind of interesting thing is let's measure the overall width at the top. So when you are measuring the top right here, it is almost about, this is not filled, but it's about 7 7.5 inches width right here, which is great. And when you are looking at the City Pack Pro 2, it's only about maybe 6 inches to the zipper, 6.5 inches here. So the odd thing is that when you are talking about space, if you are looking for a overall larger bag, the Air Pro Pack is going to be larger. Even though they're both stated at 24 liters, this one might be closer maybe like a 22 liter, whereas this one is closer to a 24, maybe even a 25 liter backpack. One other thing to note is that if you do really care about your bag standing up on its own, the Air City Pack Pro does a much better job standing on its own compared to the Air Pro Pack. The Air Pro Pack, it's a little bit more floppy towards the front, so it kind of tends to kind of lean forward. Another compartment worth mentioning and talking about is this top sunglasses pocket. So on the Air City Pack Pro, it's just this very, very shallow kind of pocket, so you can probably fit maybe one, maybe maximum 2 pairs of sunglasses in here. But when we do look at the Air Pro Pack, it has a much wider zipper, and it's got this huge area. Not only that, you got like 1, 2 big stash pockets as well as a third stash pocket, so you could fit like way more stuff in here, your tech essentials and things like that, in this top pocket compared to this one right here. And now let's access that main compartment. One thing, they both have dual zippers that kind of open up like a clamshell, which is nice. The grab tabs on the bottom of the Air City Pack Pro 2 are actually bigger and larger, so I actually like the grab tabs better on this backpack compared to this backpack. But let's open both of them up. And there are a few big or not big, but there's some key differences. First off, on the City Pack Pro 2, you do have this kind of stretchy kind of divider, which sits a little bit higher up. And then on this Pro Pack, you do also have another stretchy divider, slightly different, but it sits a little bit lower down. And you do have this kind of, from that big top pocket right here that kind of eats up a little bit of the space. Now, when we are looking at the top flap on the Air City Pack Pro 2, you do have 2 zippered stash pockets, whereas on the Pro Pack you only have 1 zipper pocket compared to this one right here. And now let's compare the laptop section. So let's start off with the Air City Pack Pro 2. The up to 16-inch MacBook Pro will fit into this, and you do have this kind of center area which kind of goes all the way down to the bottom, as well as this non-padded sleeve for you to throw maybe your iPad or things like that. So you can kind of have 3 divided sections, which is nice on the City Pack Pro 2. Now, when you are looking at the Pro Pack, you do have, again, a laptop section which fits up to a 16-inch laptop, as well as you have this kind of stretchy pocket, so you can kind of toss something in here. It doesn't go all the way down, but you can kind of fit something like documents or an iPad, but it's not padded, just like that one over there. And then you also have this center area which you can throw things in there. So you do also have 3 divided sections. Now, when we are looking at the back panel, they are slightly different in terms of how the straps are and how the padding is. The Air City Pack Pro 2 is definitely a little bit more cushier compared to the Air Pro Pack, but again, it's not like a huge major difference when you're actually wearing it on your back, but definitely when I'm just kind of feeling it, it's softer and it's just cushier on the City Pack Pro 2. And when you are looking at the straps, they are a little bit different. Like this one, the sternum strap rides on a rail, whereas this one does not ride on rail. You just have this kind of strap right here, but I actually honestly prefer the rail system because it's much easier to move up and down. They both have a magnetic snap buckle design, which is pretty much identical. And in terms of the overall kind of comfort wise, they are kind of similar. They do have this kind of like stiff but foamy and thick padded feeling, which is nice. And also on the Pro Pack, it does have a vertical luggage pass through. And when you are looking at the City Pack Pro 2, it does have a horizontal luggage pass through, which makes traveling a little bit easier when you're putting this on top of a suitcase. One other big difference on the City Pack Pro 2 is that it does have a small little D-ring, and this is actually quite handy because if you wanted to hang your sunglasses or an accessory or anything like that, I find this quite useful. This one does not have that. So there you have it. You have a side-by-side comparison of the all-new 2025 Air City Pack Pro versus the Air Pro Pack. Which one would I prefer? Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up. You do have kind of like two larger kind of admin sections in this backpack. However, you do have you have the 1, 2 sections right here, plus also on the internal side, you also have 2 other zippered pockets. So you gain a little bit maybe organization right here, but I do appreciate the top handle on the all new Air City Pack Pro. I also like the zippers, the zipper pulls better. And also I do like the grab tabs better, and also like that this one stands up on its own. So even though that this one is slightly cheaper than this one right here, I feel like I would probably spend the extra few dollars and buy the Air City Pack Pro 2. Anyways, I hope you found this comparison helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.